everybody from North Carolina. Who are you?
I don't know.
We are here at my Airbnb. If you want to see my awesome Airbnb, I did a video on it the other day. And guess how much I'm paying per night? And at the end of the video, I tell you how much I'm paying. So Santa is here tonight with me.
Welcome to North Carolina, Beth.
Thank you. Craig was here first, but I think he probably left. And so, Craig, it doesn't count. And Swamp Picker, I know you're not here because I went over to Scott's channel and you were in the chat. So that's cheating. I know you're there. All right. J. Marie, welcome, my love. I love you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Bum Crack is here. We're going to talk about bum cracks tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're here for that. That's awesome, right? Hey, Pat Dees. It was great talking to you yesterday. It was lovely to hear your voice on the telephone. I didn't write your phone number down. Don't worry. You won't be getting a call from me. So look at that. Everybody saying hi. Rita's here. Hey, Rita.
Hey, Rita.
Thank you for liking all my Instagram posts. I appreciate it. Tigger does that. What does Tigger do?
Tigger?
Oh, I don't know what he does. Oh, okay. You're not cheating. No. It's Glenn who's cheating. So the situation right now is that we're in a basement of a house, a really beautiful basement. And they're upstairs, and the woman's a school teacher, and the girl is 15. And so I told them, we're doing a show tonight, and if we get too loud, feel free to text me, and we'll try to tone it down. But because Barry's so loud, so freaking loud, I had to give her a warning, and she said it's okay, but I don't know. So anyway,
she said you've been a great.
So what's going to happen is we're going to talk to you about some of our adventures tonight, and you have to look at that little dot right there. And
okay.
I've been telling you what to do the whole time. So anyway,
this is my first live on YouTube, so
yeah, it is. So anyway, we're going to talk about that, some of the funny things that happened. And then we're going to show you some of the things we got at garage sales and thrift stores. We went to the bins for about an hour and a half or so. And then next week, I'm going to start uploading videos. So 1 week, I'll upload a video on Biltmore House. And then the next week, I'll upload a video on, what was the other thing we went to?
Oh, Land of Oz.
Land of Oz, okay. And so, you know, it'll be longer, but I just gave you a couple of snippets today. And then also I'll upload a video in a couple of weeks on the Alpine roller coaster, which we went on today. And fun. He went so freaking slow. No. Like, you can manage how fast you go. And I was whizzing through the trees were just like, and I look over there and he's just like putting along. And I was in front of him and I got out of the coaster and I want to take a video of him coming down the mountain. And I stood there and he didn't come and he didn't come. And I'm like, geez.
That's because I passed her.
No,
I went back up and was coming back around.
You can't pass. He was so slow, you guys. He was just like putting down the mountain. And then when you enjoy the scenery. And then when you stop, there were like 2 or 3 people behind you, right behind you.
Whatever.
Because you went so slow. So anyway, it was fun. We went 3 times consecutively. So it was really fun. Anyway. Every time, okay, really, your first live after all these years. I'm trying to get him to do it because he has a GoPro now. And, you know, it's silly to take all these videos and he doesn't do something with them, you know. Make some videos. Go live. You can go live with me if you want, you know, whatever. Okay, before we get other people in here, we're going to do the top of the night. It's from the Land of Oz. I don't think I can do it without stripping, but there it is. Okay, that shirt, it is not for sale like usual, but it's just to remind you that if you need clothing, if you go down below in the details, click on my eBay store, you get 50% off your entire order by putting in the coupon code Row Your Boat. That code does change periodically, so make sure you check back on future shows. Also, I think, guys, we need to send out some juju because I don't know, the last time we did this, somebody made a sale and it says Juju from Texas, but just replace Texas with North Carolina because I didn't have a chance to make a new one. So here we go. Hope you guys get some sales tonight. All right. Good luck, guys. I'm going to put my banner up. If you make a sale during the show, just let me know in the side chat what you sold, and I will play a song for you. And also, I'd like to say hello. I may have some family members watching, so love you guys. If you're watching, please ignore any cussing. My family's not used to me cussing, so just want to say that. And maybe they're in. Dad, if you're watching, you can text me and tell me you're watching, so because he won't be able to write in the side chat. So let's see. What did he say? Sent out to a couple people through Facebook. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Other ways you can help this channel is by clicking like right now, commenting below afterwards, sharing this channel with other people, and also using my affiliate links, which are below. You don't have to buy any of those items. Just click on any one of them, shop like you normally would, and anything you purchase in 24 hours, I get a small kickback. I am saving up for a GoPro, so I greatly appreciate that. Sunday night, that will be September 17th. I'm going to be talking to you about my eBay store. Those of you who've been following the story, you don't want to miss that show live or on the replay, because I'm going to get you updated on what's going on. And then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do in the future. All right. I have had to change some of my reselling plans, and I'm going to be discussing that. Right now, we need to talk about concerns and birthdays. So if there are any concerns in the community, please put those in the side chat right now. Our concerns that we talk about every week are Pat D's and Cindy Y, who are going through cancer treatment right now, and also that we think of their caregivers, because it can be very exhausting. Can I go ahead and say about Jenny's mom?
It's up to you. Okay.
And I'm going to just personally just go ahead and put this out there, because I haven't really been talking about it, but my wife's mother is very ill. So, there's a little bit of emotion there, but we would really appreciate your thoughts about that. So when I go home, I'm going home tomorrow.
Yeah.
I know you can't wait to get rid of me.
No, you've been great. You've been great. But yes, please keep them in your thoughts and prayers.
It's been a little bit rough being here the last at least 24 hours. It's been really rough. I mean, I wanted to get on a plane today.
Hard to be away.
But I was told to stay, and so I'm staying, and I'm going back tomorrow night. I will be actually pulling in at midnight on Tuesday morning. So anyway, we are also going to be meeting up tomorrow with Junk Girl Patty and Tom Queen City Picker tomorrow in Charlotte for lunch. So we're real excited about that. And if we have time, we're going to visit the Benz in Charlotte before he drops me off at the airport, kicks me out of the car. So you're very welcome back.
I'm not going to even stop. I'm just going to slow down,
I know.
Open the door, push.
I know. We have so many stories to tell about the car. Oh my God, the car. Thank you, Christy, and thank you for joining us. Yeah, we mention you guys every week. So the last thing I wanted to say, I guess there's no birthdays. If anybody comes in, maybe I'll just say it one more time so we can play the birthday song. Last thing is, my second episode of my OCD podcast is launching tomorrow morning. If you or someone you know has OCD, please message me privately, and I will give you the Spotify link. It is now on Apple Podcasts, and it's also on YouTube. So I would appreciate you spreading that around. This link is not just for friends. This is for people who actually are going to get some help from the podcast. So
how many episodes have you put out so far?
Tomorrow will be number 2. I've recorded 18 or 19, but I haven't launched them yet.
Now it's the one that I heard.
That was the number 1.
Is that been published?
Yes. Did you want to talk about that?
Well, I was just going to say, Beth let me listen to the first recording, and it was their first, but very professionally done. So I was taking it. It was almost like listening to a TED Talk. So it was.
I told him that was my first one. I was thinking a lot better. Junk Girl Patty's here. We're gonna see you tomorrow.
Yes.
And it is hot in this shirt.
Oh,
is it hot in here?
Yeah.
Well, I am drinking Barry Got Me Evan Williams peach flavored bourbon whiskey, and it is so good.
First time she's had it,
and it's probably what's making me plus I'm nervous so much.
Well, you're still pretty close to me, so that I know. Does that not have anything to do with it?
We debated about this, but we're doing it anyway. So, yeah. All right. So where do we want to start?
Well, from the beginning, I guess.
Do you want to talk about what you know about me, or do you want to talk about what we did first?
Oh, well, yeah, we can do what we've learned.
Okay.
So
I would tell Barry, I'm going to ask him, what is one thing you learned about me that you didn't know before?
what did you tell me to say?
Nothing.
How wonderful she is. She talks nonstop. God, help me. I knew yeah, which is fine because I admire that she has a gift for the gab. So, and then, Beth has been telling everybody that this was a trip here to visit me and go to the land of Oz. And actually, Beth has been, we've checked her in. This was an intervention, and she was here to detox because she has a horrible addiction to, you see it, Diet Coke. You see, this is a 1 liter. This is what she drinks just while she's going to the bathroom. She said the only thing that could make this more perfect if she could find a baby bottle nipple to put on it so she could drink on one while she's sleeping. So no water. No, everywhere we went is Diet Coke. Diet Coke. I had to have Diet Coke waiting on her as soon as I picked her up at the airport.
You did.
I've kept her well supplied. So, and she has. I've introduced her to Bojangles chicken we went back twice for that. She didn't
chicken.
Didn't try the chicken. We did breakfast. She did get their biscuits, bacon, egg, and cheese, and the season. They have seasoned fries. If you're familiar with Bojangles, and then the bow rounds with the onions. And she's addicted to those for sure. The bow rounds with the onions. So I've created an addict.
And he took me out fine dining to
a
buffet every night. Yes, we had 3 buffets while I was here, fine dining.
3 or 4.
And then we went back to the same place 3 times at Abel's. We went to Abel's 3 times. That's 4 buffets.
Yeah. Yeah,
we've had 4 buffets. We've been to 3 of them are at Abel's.
Yeah, we went to a hibachi buffet, and that was good. Mm-hmm. But Abel's is a local restaurant, excuse me. And we did. She wanted country style cooking, so that was anything and everything you could think of. On Friday night they do a night from like 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. They do a breakfast buffet, and then she liked that so much that today, before we took off to the mountains, we went back. And she loves grits. So definitely learned that. So
grits, yeah.
All right.
Grits. So what I didn't know about you is you have a ponytail.
Oh yeah.
It's well hidden in his photos. And so we met in 2018 at eBay Open. He did not have a ponytail. Mm-hmm. And when he got out of the car to put my stuff in the trunk, I see this ponytail and I'm like, whoa. Like I didn't know. Did y'all know he had a ponytail? Because
people probably don't know. I don't know. I've grown my hair out for my Santa Claus gig. So, but other than that, I just keep it in a ponytail because it drives me crazy.
Jane Marie said I had to give up Mountain Dew. That soda addiction is no joke. And what is that stuff you want me to try tonight?
Oh yeah, there are 2 sodas that are popular in the Carolinas. One of them is Sundrop, which we're going to try here in a little bit, and Cheerwine. So those are 2 local. I've had them in the fridge for her the whole time she's here, and she's avoided them like the plague because she can't pry Diet Coke out of her hand long enough.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna at least get her to try a sip of it and see what she thinks.
There you go. How about Cheerwine?
That's right. Yeah.
We don't have it. He wanted to make a float tonight. He wanted to stop and get ice cream.
Yeah, do a Cheerwine float.
And I just didn't feel like that tonight. We ate a lot today. Yeah. So on my phone it's delayed, but hi Pat, hope you're doing well. Hi Christy. Okay, here we go. Kiss my grits. Yeah, I have a Kiss my grits hat, and Sally and I bought it, and I wear it tonight whenever I don't feel like, Cheerwine is your favorite. Okay, well maybe I will like it.
Yeah. Where do you live, Jay?
I can't remember where she lives. Put in the chat, Jay Marie.
Must be somewhere close.
You like it too, Christy?
Cheer wine. I don't know how far you can get
ice
it.
cream.
Yeah, and they have Dr. Pepper ice cream out too.
You want me to go get some cheer wine and put it in the glass?
I'll go get it for you.
Okay. He's going to get it for me. Okay. We found out this the hard way during the introduction. This table is a tabletop. It is not a table. So when
it's not attached.
It's not attached. So when you put your elbows on it and push down, the whole thing flips. And Barry just almost flipped the entire table on top of me. Thank you, Barry.
You're welcome.
I lived in Wilmington for a couple of years, J. Marie says.
Oh, okay.
We have it here in Ohio. Hey, Laughing Picker. Do you know Laughing Picker, Barry?
That name sounds familiar.
He said it sounds familiar. Welcome, Laughing Picker.
Yeah, Eric.
Eric. Oh, hi, Eric. Had a friend that talked about it all the time. Oh, okay. All right. So
I think it's Eric. Yeah.
So on I got here Wednesday. So Thursday we went to Biltmore House. Raise your hand if you've ever been to Biltmore House. It is 175,000 square feet of a house. It has 43 bathrooms. And Barry and I went up and downstairs all day long. We almost died. I mean, it was so bad. It was so bad. And I have a bad hip. I'm out of shape. Oh, I got to talk about Barry because he'll tell me I'm putting him down. But we were both just
we were prepared.
Hurting so bad. It was tough. So, but if you ever come to North Carolina, you've got to go to Biltmore House. I think it's rather expensive, but they have all kinds of things to do there. But it was pouring down rain when we got out of the actual house. So they have like a winery. We had to skip it. They have an art exhibit. We had to skip it. And there was something else we missed. But it's a 2-day pass, but we didn't go back the second day because we had thrifting plans and we just, I don't know. My boss paid for it. So I didn't really hope my boss doesn't know I'm on YouTube. So
there was with our ticket, we could have done a winery tour and there was some kind of art exhibit.
I was so tired. Remember, that was the night I only had 3 hours sleep. I got up, we got here and then I couldn't sleep for some reason. And so I only had 3 hours sleep. And so by the time we got out of there, I was like a zombie. And I said, if I drink a glass of wine, I'm just going to keel over. You're going to, you're going to have to pick me up, take me to the car. I just can't handle this. So he brought me back to the Airbnb and he let me take a nap. And I think I probably slept for like 3 hours before we went to the buffet. So that SOB, why is he calling you an SOB?
Eric, he laughed. He just gave me a hard time.
Well, look at you. Hey, Cindy, good to see you here. Are you and J. Marie in the same house right now? Or did J. Marie go back? Let me know. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you're feeling better. I can't keep my 500 square foot clean. I know. You would just not believe this place. Hey, Ciro, how are you? Nice to see you here. Yeah, so it was something to see, and I will do that's going to be my first video I'll put out next week. Like it was built in the 1700s, right? So they have an indoor swimming pool. They have an indoor bowling alley. Think Downton Abbey, but in America. If you've ever watched Downton Abbey, the decor was very much like that. The servants' quarters, the way they did the servants, their jobs. It was very, very much like Downton Abbey because it was that same era, right? And so anyway, it was incredible. I don't know if I'd do it again. If I did, I probably wouldn't go in the house. I'd probably go do the other things. Because,
they have extensive gardens in the spring.
That's true. We missed the gardens too.
We drove around it because the whole time, this whole week has been a threat of rain. But we went to Biltmore. It was calling for rain. We get there, it clears up. The whole time we're there until we get to the end. Then the sky opens up and buckets pour. Yeah. And then the same thing with Land of Oz. Mm-hmm. There was a threat of rain all day. We got there. We went completely through the park and saw everything we wanted to see, and till the very end. And it did more than rain, and we'll tell you more about that here in a minute. So, but right now, Sundrop, and we did Diet Sundrop because she does Diet Coke. So that is Sundrop right there. I describe Sundrop as Mountain Dew that's a lot more lemony
Now
flavor.
That's too much.
Just drink it. Just taste it.
He says what do I do? I bicker with you.
Oh yeah, we fought like cats and dogs the whole weekend. Nah.
So I still have that peachy taste in my mouth. So let's try this. God, it's got a lot of fizz in it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, I like it. But man, has that got some fizz in it.
It needs to test.
I mean, it like goes up through your nose.
And it's more citrusy than Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to keep drinking it, but I mean, I'll drink what I have, but I'm not going to sit there and drink the rest of the bottle.
All right. So you got a taste of that.
God, it's got a lot of fizz.
All right, the next cheer wine. Oh, I should have.
How many of y'all have had Sundrop, and do you like it?
There's cheer wine.
I thought it was cherry wine.
No, yeah, that's what everybody thinks. But it is a cherry flavored drink. I think it was born in the Carolinas here. So we're going to pour some of this.
Okay, so I got it. Okay, Cindy said she's home in New Jersey for now. Okay. Barry is too good to remember his old friends. That's from...
no. Eric, that's my buddy Eric, Professor Eric, very knowledgeable man. So, hey, Eric, hope you're doing well.
Doesn't he look good on camera?
Good guy, yeah.
Doesn't he look good on camera?
Whatever.
Yeah, he was made for this. Laughing Picker, he has a lot to remember. Easy over 300 million kids worldwide. Did you get that?
Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to think
true.
If it was telling anything. Family owned.
Oh, Jay Marie likes Sundrop.
Oh, good deal.
I miss soda, but oh my God, it's so bad for you.
It's a crafted cherry taste. So it is a cherry flavored.
I don't drink water, Jay Marie, hardly ever. I know it's terrible, but Zero, I didn't even know they did a Zero version. The real stuff is probably much better.
This is pretty close. As far as the two diet drinks that I think that tastes the closest to non-diet drinks is Diet Dr. Pepper and Diet Cheerwine. So
he won't always turn on camera when he hangs with us. You don't?
No.
Why? You look the same all the time.
Okay.
I offered to give him some of my mascara tonight, and he said he didn't want it.
No, I'm trying to cut back.
I like Sundrop. We used to have something like it around here in Ohio. Was that by any chance called Ski, Laughing Bicker? When I was born in Indiana, and their big deal up there was called Ski, SKI. It was a citrusy, mellow yellow. Oh, no.
Yeah, we had mellow yellow.
Well, look who's here, the two-timer, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
Glenn, I knew you weren't here because I saw you in Scott's chat. You know what? I think I kind of got
Dr. Thunder. Yeah.
The Shy Santa. Yeah. Hey, Gina. Good to see you.
Oh, my gosh. Hi there.
I'm so glad you joined me. Walmart's Dr. Thunder and Mountain Lightning are really good. If you are going to drink that stuff, might as well pay less.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of Barry's pet peeves is when you go to a restaurant, they charge $3 for a drink. It really pisses him off. So I don't blame him. Cotton Club had something. Cotton Club, what did they have? What drink was that? I don't know. Hit the button, folks. Thank you, Pat. Thank you. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we've been bickering this whole freaking time. Okay, so I have to try this now. Now I'm scared to.
Shut up and drink.
He always tells, and I tell him, I say, put your hands on the wheel and keep your eyes on the road. He's always going, Beth, get your camera out. Look at that. Look at that. And
I wanted to see the scenery.
Like I have a where is that picture? Like this. He thinks I'm.
Oh my God.
Like I can turn my head completely around to take a picture of Grandfather Mountain.
No.
That tastes like Diet Cherry Coke.
She doesn't understand. You just don't understand.
I mean, it tastes like Diet Cherry Coke to me.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's okay. I like my Diet Coke.
No kidding. God.
I don't two-time on my drink. Find me something better.
All right.
Where'd she go? I know. It's a constant with us, just constant in the car. And I don't know.
She's been a witch
He
all
wants
the time.
he wants to take me spider hunting tonight, and I don't want to go spider hunting.
It's been raining too much.
And he swears there's wolf spiders out there in the backyard, and he wants to go spider hunting, and I have no desire to do that. We're sitting out the other night, and he goes, "There's some wolf spiders out there." We're sitting there. I'm like, and he's like, "I'm going to buy a flashlight tomorrow, and we're going to go spider hunting."
Yeah.
No, you think it's too wet out there?
It's too wet. I done checked earlier.
Thank God.
So, but the lady who runs the Airbnb, she left a nice note for Beth. And she's and the back, when you go out the entrance is to the backyard, which butts up to the woods. And she said, put in her note that you may get lucky and see some deer and turkey. You almost just put the table. And so in the back, when you come out the door, there's you will see in the video, there's a little kid's wooden playhouse. And there's remember those long 3-foot long concrete planters that your parents or grandparents probably had on their porch. And they're kind of angled on the bottom. And so there's a hole and a space there.
It looks like a triangle, kind of.
And Beth looked out the other evening. Oh, she saw a turkey. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to get a drink. So, but we did up at the Biltmore house. We saw turkey. We saw tons of deer. We did see deer at Biltmore, didn't we? Yeah, on the way out.
And we saw a fox today.
Yep, saw a fox today.
He automatically assumed it was rabbit.
Yeah, so we stopped and warned a jogger. Then we saw
one turkey, one live turkey, one real turkey.
One turkey. And then we saw a dead skunk.
Lots of dead skunks.
Yeah, dead skunk. I saw a possum today. I don't think you saw that. Now up at the Land of Oz, up in Beach Mountain, tons and tons of deer up there.
We also saw a lot of geese.
Yeah, we saw geese flying. We did. And we saw lions and tigers and bears. Mm-hmm. Oh my.
So do you want to talk about yesterday? Because yesterday was
we saw some other interesting things.
We saw a man dressed up like Dorothy.
Yeah.
And if you see the picture of the wizard, and he's in the balloon, he's in front of the balloon, and there's nobody in front of it that not me or Barry. The guy with the back to me is in a Dorothy's dress.
Yeah, and this guy's like
a
linebacker, football player.
He was not a thin man. No. He was not a feminine man. He had mustache and beard, and
he had a good sense of humor because he had his little 5 or 6 year old daughters with him, and he was a good dad. It wasn't anything outlandish or anything. It was more of a joke than anything. And I told him, I went up to him and said, "Hey buddy, you wear that dress pretty well. You're doing good." He was all right. He was a good dad. So, but we saw some more very interesting things that we should probably tell about.
That are not at Oz.
If bum crack picker's still here, I wanted to circle back around so Beth could get a picture, but she didn't want to. She was afraid to. But as we were getting on the interstate to go to out for dinner, there was some guy pulled off. We were pulling onto the interstate, and there was some guy on a moped that had pulled over to the rail guards, and he was picking something up off the ground, but his shorts had slid down to where you got a full view of bum crack and the moon.
A little bit more.
Yeah, if it had been a little bit more, you'd have seen the gibbles and bits for sure.
So he wanted to go back around so I could take a picture. And I was like, I don't want to see it again. I can't get it out of my head. I don't want to see it again. So we didn't do that. Also, he also wanted to drive me through the drive-thru at Night Secrets adult toy store.
Well, we at least got a menu.
I didn't want to go. And he's like, "Come on, let's go through the drive-through." And I'm like,
there is in Hickory. It's Night Secrets, and they have a drive-through.
How many times have you been through the drive-through? That's what
I've only heard about it. I've only heard about it. So she did not want to participate, so we did not go.
Okay, so let me just. We got the 2-timer part. I think my daughter's here also. You two together are like a sitcom. I know. That's what I told him. I said this might be a regular thing but he's so shy. Hi, Krista. I love you. It's my daughter. Everybody say hi to Krista.
Hey, Krista.
And Jenny, if you're watching, Grandma loves you. And Eloise. I don't know. Eloise is probably up. Well, if it's been raining, they can all come inside. So enjoy your sleeping tonight. No, I'll tell you what. When I booked this Airbnb, I booked it like in July, and she had like 40 or 50 reviews. They were all 5 stars. Everything's great. Not a problem. About a week before I came, I went over the page to do something. And there's this long review from this lady who stayed here 35 days. And she said,
and had a bunch of little kids.
Yeah. And she said there was a pubic hair in the shower. And then there were a pubic hair. And then there was there were all these millipedes everywhere. And every time she would sweep them up, there would be more in 10 minutes. There were spiders everywhere. And they killed a big one on the headboard of the bed. Now, I don't know which bed because this place has like 4 beds. But anyway, that was enough to send me like, I almost didn't want to come. Like, that's almost told Barry, maybe you need to book me a hotel room. But then we started talking about it, and everything else, all the other reviews were great. And then the owner wrote on the feedback and said, well, ma'am, she said, you were here 35 days. There were crumbs everywhere. I had to wash all the pillow cushions on the couch. There were handprints, children's handprints all over the walls. It took so long to clean my place, and bugs will come in if you leave food out for 35 days, So
and
I took a chance.
Extremely hot and extremely dry too.
Right. So I took a chance, and boy, am I glad I did. This place is like heaven. This place is just
immaculate.
It is,
and huge.
It's huge.
I mean, 12 people could stay here easy.
Yeah. So anyway, hey Adam, how are you?
Hey, Adam.
I was talking about you today. All good things, I promise. Yeah, bum crack. Look at his emoji there. And I was going to talk about the Oz man with the 8-track player, but now that I'm thinking about it, it wasn't that funny anymore.
Well, there were 2 older guys that were in line when we at Oz, because what you did is you parked at the bottom because it's right beside Beach Mountain Ski Resort, and so there was a chairlift that's normally used during the winter, but you could take the chairlift to go up the mountain, when you got at the top is where the Land of Oz was, and but there were these we were waiting at the bottom because you had to take you could either take the chairlift, but otherwise you could take they had school buses and shuttle buses to take you to the top of the mountain because there wasn't enough parking for everybody up there, and these 2 elderly gentlemen that apparently they had been to the park originally. So, and they were probably, I don't know, late 60s, maybe pushing 70s.
At least your age.
Yeah. Well, I'm 56 and I went to the park when I was little. It opened up in the late 60s, early 70s. But anyway, they were characters. And that one guy was walking around with it was like a 1970 boombox with an 8-track, an actual 8-track soundtrack to The Wizard of Oz, and played it the whole time going through the park. And he had a little plastic Walmart shopping bag with Polaroids and original pictures from when when the park was and he'd just go around and he was just tickled to death just to show them to everybody. They were adorable. I'm gonna quit
this
touching the table.
This whole thing is gonna come up and hit me in the whole table.
Well, if you quit touching me under the table, stop it.
So anyway, for those of you who don't know, the Land of Oz was on my bucket list, and it was open in the 1970s. It closed, and now they're trying to restore this park. So it it's just beautiful. And the people who work there are, just think Disney staff. If you've ever been to Disney, they're that hospitable. When we were evacuating, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, I saw a staff member bring a chair in for a gentleman who was in a walker. The characters, they get together every once in a while, but we never really experienced that much. But one thing that a lot of people noted was that Glinda and the Wicked Witch never really do a skit together. They're about, what would you say? I don't know, 15 yards away from each other, maybe a little bit more.
Or more, yeah.
And this one woman was telling the Wicked Witch how to cackle. She was trying to teach her, she didn't need any help, but it was just a back and forth thing. When that lady went down to get her picture taken with Glinda, I guess the witch saw her, and she ran down there and she jumped in front of the photograph and photobombed Glinda. And it was just, they would do anything to make your day special. We saw one today where some woman wanted to skip down the yellow brick road holding Glinda's hand. And while there are people waiting in line to have their pictures made with Glinda, I'm sure, she took that, extra 20 seconds, held the woman's hand and skipped down the yellow brick road singing, "We're off to see the wizard," and somebody videotaped it. Like, that just made somebody's dream come true. We saw a lot of elderly people there. We saw some one lady in a wheelchair, which I have no idea how they got her through there because it is not accessible for wheelchairs. So my guess is somebody in the family picked her up at places. I thought I was going to freaking die because, and it's all his fault. It's always his fault. But when I got there, I had to go to the bathroom, and they told me, "You got to go up that hill to the bath." Because he told me, he goes, "There's a bathroom up there, not a porta can," because I don't like porta cans. "If you go up there, there's a bathroom in a building."
Well, there was last year.
So I go up this hill, and when I got up to the top of the hill, I could barely breathe. Like, I have a heart condition, and so I know what it feels like, when it's bothering me. And I'm just like, oh my God, if this is what this day is going to be like, I can't do this. The yellow brick road's 3/4 of a mile long. I cannot do this. And all I was doing was trying to get to the bathroom. So they get up there and they go, "Oh, we just have porta cans now." And I'm like, oh my God, there's porta cans at the bottom where Barry was. I should have stayed there. So I use a porta can. I start coming down the hill. And Barry meets me and he goes, "We got to go back up because that's where we got to get our wristband." Right?
Yeah, she's still wearing it.
So then I had to turn around and go back up the freaking hill and try to breathe and get my breathe, and it was just, I was like, is this what this is going to be like? And then they put you on this bus, and it is just like so narrow. These school buses are going up these steep hills or mountains.
Oh God, yeah.
Around, and they got their walkie-talkies going, 4 buses coming around the corner on Villager Road, and then they have to communicate with each other, right, to make sure they don't knock each other off the freaking mountain.
Yeah, there were parts where 2 buses couldn't pass each other.
And I made the mistake of sitting in the front seat because I thought, well, in one, there's more leg room. Number 2, we could talk to the driver. She was very nice. And number 3, we'd get off first. But what I didn't think about is I can see what's in front of us coming towards us, and it was freaking me out. I was really glad at the last one we went back that we were at the back and I couldn't see, because that one lady, she's like, "Oh my God, I just can't handle this. I just can't handle this," And it was like riding in Mexico. If you've ever ridden on a bus in Mexico around those curves. But
yeah, there was one point where one bus going up and one bus coming down would pass so close that Beth couldn't look. She was like, "I can't look. I can't." I mean, I was shocked that the mirrors on the buses didn't clip each other. It was that close. It was crazy.
And people live up there, and it's just, imagine living next to the Land of Oz. Like, it would just be, you could just walk up there. Like, it's magical. So anyway, so then we get finished, and I wanted to buy souvenirs, right? Well, he always has to go somewhere else. He always has to go you know, like if we're in a store, he always has to go somewhere else. So then I can't find him when I'm ready to leave. I mean, that's another thing I learned about you. Like, it's just like, where are you?
I was finding better deals on souvenirs for you.
You know, when we're coming off the coaster today and I'm talking, we're walking down the stairs and I'm talking and I turn around and he's nowhere. He's way up there. What's he doing? Checking his freaking GoPro to see what the recording looked like. I'm like, can't you do that in the car? Like,
see, that's how it's been all week. Bitch.
Yeah. So what was my point to all that?
How wonderful I am.
No. So anyway, we got split up. So yeah. I'm in the official souvenir tent. He goes, well, he's trying to be nice. He told me he's going to get me a Diet Coke.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
And so I have to give you credit for that.
That calms her down.
But the thing about it is we got separated. Okay. So
well, now back up. Now you go through the park, on the yellow brick road, and you visit all the characters, and then you get to the gate where the guy, you know, ring the bell or the bell's out of order, knock, and you go through. And in the original park, there was an outdoor amphitheater that they did the final scenes where the witch gets killed and da-da-da-da-da. Well, that part of the park no longer exists. So what they did is they have this company that brings in this scaffolding, and they build this huge green castle that you go in inside and sit. It's like this emerald green building, and you sit down and they do like a little Broadway production of the end of the show. And then once you get done with that, you go back. There's another building up the hill that's similar, and that's where the souvenir shop is. And I mean, at that point,
what your point was?
Well, is that this whole thing was built out of metal scaffolding, the floors, the whole structure, and everything. So at this point, the weather had been fantastic all day. They were calling for bad rain. Turned out couldn't have asked for more beautiful, perfect weather. The sun was shining, and then the skies opened up, and it was pouring and thundering. And up that high on the mountain, there's a policy that they have detectors to detect lightning strikes. And if there's a lightning strike within so many miles detected, they have to shut everything down. And because it's a metal scaffolding building, nobody can be touching that scaffolding. So it was basically an evacuation situation. They ran everybody out to stand in line in the pouring rain, and they were running shuttle buses as quick as they could, which we stood in line for what, 2.5 hours?
I don't know. Can I go back to my original story?
Yep. Okay. Sure.
So I'm in the souvenir shop and he's somewhere else, and they come in and they go, folks, we know you stood in line a long time to get your souvenirs, but we need to evacuate this building immediately. And of course, I'm thinking bomb. Like I'm thinking bomb, because at that time I don't think it was raining yet. Mm-hmm. We didn't have our ponchos on. And I'm just thinking bomb, right? And then she said lightning. Okay. So then I'm like, where's Barry? Where's Barry? I don't know. So I had to go with them to a tent. So I texted you and told you I'm on the right tent up the mountain, up to the right tent, because they had two tents. And he couldn't get there because it was packed. We were packed like sardines, and there were people. It just shows you how humanity has gone downhill. There were people there that were rude. They were impatient. They were telling the employees what to do. Why are we in here? You took us out of one tent and put us in another. Like, that's not, I mean, I'm sure there was a reason, right? There was more metal in the building I was in, right?
Yeah,
than there was in the tent.
Yeah,
right?
Just some people can't be happy, so I wouldn't sweat them. Yeah.
So, and then by then it just started pouring, and I felt bad for the people outside. So then they just started throwing ponchos at everybody. Hey, have a poncho, but we bought our own. Mm-hmm. But it took us 2 hours to evacuate the park, and it was a little unsettling. So in that very last thing that you guys saw on the intro, and I'll show more of it in my other video, the characters came out in with umbrellas, and like Glenda's dress and the Wicked Witch's dresses were dragging the ground. I felt so bad. Mm-hmm. And somebody was holding umbrellas, and they came out, and greeted all of us who were standing in line to try to make things better for us. And I mean, I was just so thrilled that they did that. And, you know, they held hands and skipped, and they talked to us. The Scarecrow was by far the best.
Yeah, they hired in professional actors, and they're phenomenal.
He was great with the children. And so I see that Eloise is asleep now, Krista. I hope she sleeps all night for you, hon. So anyway, Barry wanted to skip down the road with the basket carrying Toto.
Yeah, of course.
And
we were so sore and tired.
Harry Humstone came in. Hi, Harry.
Hey, Harry.
Jennifer Hayes came in. Hey, Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
It's good to see you
here.
See. We sound like a married couple. We wouldn't last.
We'd kill each other in a week.
You're like my husband, Barry. I'm going backwards. And it wanted to go through an XXX drive-through. There's a theme here tonight, Barry After Dark.
Yeah.
Got your cardio today. Well, surprisingly, we weren't as sore yesterday after going through Biltmore House. We couldn't even hardly stand up. And I didn't think we'd make it through Oz, but it really wasn't bad. There was only like one place on the Yellow Brick Road that was pretty steep around the Poppy area.
Mm-hmm.
And then other than that, and me going up the hill to the Porta-Can, it wasn't that steep.
Yeah.
So
Biltmore was just like hardcore stairs, and it was just insane. And it was a lot easier at the Land of Oz because it was just kind of like, you know, gentle flowing up and down. So it wasn't, you know, you got a little bit of a rest, and you got to stop and take pictures, and they would have Dorothy come by every 10 minutes, and they would do a little skit with each character. And this Scarecrow had a heart, but no brains.
Yeah, he referred to his non-brain quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Barry stopped going to buffets.
I buffeted out.
We're gonna both go on diets. I mean, when I looked at the photos of myself, because these are supposed to be skinny jeans I'm wearing, and I'm like, I don't look skinny at all. They don't do anything. I was really shocked how fast I put the weight back on. And starting next week, I'm going to have to do something. So Barry, I think in order to not make this a 5-hour show, we need to show some of the things that we thrifted this week. And my wife thinks it's extremely funny that I flew all the way to North Carolina to go to garage sales, which I do too. But I don't get to go with other people. So it was fun. I don't normally garage sale because I just don't. I don't like driving and not anybody in the car with me. It's boring to me. And then to get in and out of the car with my hip, and then I find nothing, and then I got to get back in the car and drive again. The in and out just drives me insane. He's driving down the highway, and all of a sudden he goes, "Woo, garage sale!" And he just turns like he sees these little bitty signs. He knows when he sees them, you know. And so, Barry, you want to start or?
We're gonna do yard sales first.
It doesn't matter.
The Goodwill bins.
It doesn't matter. I don't have mine separated that way. So.
Oh, okay. Do show and tell. Well, we did Goodwill bins one day, and you know, I wanted Beth to see what my Goodwill bins look like. There's only one near me.
It's pretty much like mine. The clothes smell.
Yeah. You said it didn't smell as bad as your store. Your bins.
Well, the one I go to in Austin, the clothes are wet, so I quit going to that one. There's two in Austin, but the price is cheaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
$1.99 a pound, you said, for clothing, and I pay $2.49.
Yeah, nothing.
Which is why I don't really go.
It was $1.49 or $1.80. I don't know.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, it was less than
arguing again, so let's not.
But we did the bins, and then I was so disappointed in the amount of yard sales. I was so excited to have her go to do yard sales. No, we only had time really since we were going to Oz on Saturday. So we were going to try to do some yard sales on Friday. We only found 2 yard sales, and that's unheard of in this area. I mean, I drove my, faithful and true route, didn't find nothing. I had to go to another town just to even find these 2 yard sales, but they turned out to be okay. Yeah, right.
You say I talk.
You talk constantly. So, and then Saturday morning on the way to Oz, the best yard sale of the whole time we happened to see when we were pulling out of the drive-thru at Bojangles, because Beth had to have her Diet Coke and her boat rounds. So anyway, all right. So the 1 yard sale that we stopped at, I'm just gonna start showing stuff.
Yeah, I know. Kimmy, the baby is due in 10 days. I know. I'm so glad I'm gonna be back there, Adam. I was worried I was gonna be gone, but she has a few more days. I when I get back, I need to call her and make sure to see when she's scheduled to go in, because I really would like to be there. Okay, hurry up.
All right, I'm gonna show what I got.
He's slow, guys.
I'm gonna show what I got at the Goodwill bins. Okay.
It's like Grandpa Bear. Remember the hillbilly bears? I call him Grandpa Bear. That's exactly what he does. Okay. Getting out of the car. I have to go to the door, and he still hasn't gotten his stuff out. He's in there. I'm sorry. It's because
it irritates me. It irritates me.
It's like I just want to get. Oh, and you forgot to tell him that I get panicked when I'm late.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. If you're gonna be, you have to be there like 4 hours early, or she's having a stroke.
Because we had a certain time to get into Biltmore, and he's just like yard sale, or he's just like taking let's stop it.
We're gonna make it there in time.
And then we were late. We got there and we were late. And then they said it's okay. And then then it's okay. But and then on the way to Land of Oz, we're running late. And
we're not. We were running late to Oz, were we?
Yes, we were.
Maybe on her time.
I can't handle being that late. And he just like, where are you going?
I have to stand up and show.
Okay. I thought you were going to do something funny.
This is one thing I found at the bins. It's a starter jacket.
I see that, Adam. Things are a lot lower in the deep side. Somebody needs to make a sale. Glenn, you're here. You need to make a sale, dude.
Right. So this I found this is a starter jacket for FedEx Racing.
I apologize for the light. This is the best we can do in here.
So this is by the pound. It was so it was a starter jacket. So got that at the bins, and then this is a ski jacket, snowboarding jacket, Spider. If you're familiar with that brand, SPYDER. I think Spider. Did I spell that right? Yeah. I'm using this camera. The Spider. So and it had the hood with it. Bought these by the pound at the bins, and then bought.
How much? Well, he said it was $1.49 a pound, so that was at least.
I think it was like $19 for all three of these pieces because they were so heavy.
Well, this is the heaviest one, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Dickies insulated coverall, so that'll be good for winter and the hunting season. So that right there. So,
good job.
So that'll be a good one. It'll be heavy to ship, but it comes out pretty good.
He does that too. He's like, "We're gonna leave. I can't stand up anymore. Let's go." And I'm like, "Okay." And he goes, "They're bringing more bins out. Let's go look."
Yeah, that's.
I'm ready to go. And then he's like, "Oh, they're bringing more bins out." And I thought you wanted to leave. You got to go through the new bins. And I'm like, "Okay." Right.
Well, and that they do keep at this outlet, Goodwill outlet, they keep rolling and rotating constantly with the bins. They are good about that. I always find more stuff in the bins that have been gone through than the new one. And you saw that with me. I got to get in there and fight with them. So. Yeah. Well, you have these skinny guys. There's like 5 skinny guys that are only there for the t-shirts. Yeah. And they're real obnoxious. And they are very aggressive. And I just let them go because I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to do it. All right. You want to say some of yours? I guess the only thing left that I got at the Spider gets good money, Glenn says, and Adam says. Oh yeah. Does anybody know? I found this baseball at the very end, and I do not recognize. I tried the Google Lens, and I figured it's some Puff the Magic Dragon. Puff the Magic, or maybe some like a Major League Ball mascot. I don't know if anybody would know who that is. He did a Google and search. So, and I couldn't find any couldn't figure out who that was. And then I do want to eventually be doing Whatnot at some point. So I've been trying to pick up some little this and that. So I picked up a big pile of doilies because I've seen those go very well for people on Whatnot. So I ain't gonna show all of them to you, but these are the.
I think I made that one.
You made that one? Okay. All right, Granny. So,
I don't know.
All right, your turn.
Okay, well, my stuff's a lot cheaper. So, because y'all know I sell mall brands, but the first one I got was a Ralph Lauren Christmas pajama set. So it's got the pants and the top with it. And I'm really big on selling holiday stuff. I've been selling Christmas sweaters all summer, so that will definitely sell. Next this is by Rising International. It was made in Nepal, and it is a hoodie.
So maybe a Boston mascot. I'll check in to see what that is.
Very interesting patchwork hoodie. Really cool colors.
And is it hooded?
Yeah, it's a hoodie.
There you go.
There's a hood right there.
Okay, cool.
Smells because it was at the bins. I don't understand why the bins smell so bad compared to thrift stores. This is a Chico's Energy Shacket, and I'm really surprised Maggie's not here because Maggie sells these all the time. This is a polyester one. This is really pretty. This is very typical of what I get back home, but I want to pick it up anyway. So I didn't buy any jeans. I didn't want to buy anything heavy except for this. This was very heavy. This is a sweater by Heirloom Collections. It's an extra large, and it's just beautifully done. There are a few snags, but I'll just use my snag nabbit and get those snags out within about 5 minutes. There's like 3 snags. It's very beautiful. And I think it'll do really well. If you watch my channel, I love this brand. It's Ron John Surf Shop. This is the one in Myrtle Beach. Why is that not showing up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just sold one from Cocoa Beach the other day. I always like to have these in my store. I sell them from Cozumel, Cancun.
Arizona Cat Sue's here.
Hey, Sue, how are you? Yeah, Boston has a green monster, but looks different. January says. You are packing orders? Good for you. Well, watch next week. I'm going to talk about my orders. This is by a brand. I'm not familiar with it. It's REFERRAL. What did I say? Port. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. No, it's REFERRAL, something like that. REFERRAL. But anyway, I just like the looks of this jacket. It's got a few spots on it, but I'm just going to put this in OxyClean and soak it, and I'm quite sure I can get, and it's got shoulder pads. It's just a really cool looking jacket. So
Reminds me of something from Nautica, like yachting,
I don't know.
boating stuff.
I sell a lot of beer stuff. So this is a Corona, a really cool muscle shirt and a men's muscle shirt. This isn't that high of a brand, but I just thought this was cute. This is an Apartment 9 2X tank top. I just love the whatever you call that, mesh or whatever on the sleeves. All right, I found this at a garage sale. They charged me $2 for it. It's a new with tags, Columbia 2XT. It's like a fishing shirt and a really pretty blue.
It's the kind with the PFG brand, which is a good seller with a vented back.
Now, I usually sell men's 3XL and up, but for something like this that's new with tags, I went ahead and took a chance. He didn't really want to part. Oh, also there they had a kilt, a men's kilt that was absolutely beautiful. He wanted it so bad, but it was so moth-eaten. And even with the moth holes, he was going back looking at it like, I really want that kilt. But
it was old. It was old, but it was beautiful.
And it had a jacket and a belt with it as well.
Yeah.
This is by Jane Ashley. Barry found this for me. This is a jacket with horses on it. And animals always do really well in my store.
It's kind of like that heavy upholstery fabric.
Yeah, and the buttons are really cool on it. So your turn.
Okay. Speaking of that same.
Please hit the like button if you can. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. At that same yard sale where the kilt was, I picked up a pair of Carhartt Wellington boots. Whoa, you almost turned the table that time. They were asking $25, and I think I talked them down to $15.
Yeah, but he didn't want to go for it at all until the very, 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 very end.
Yeah, well, and so
the lady didn't want to go for it.
Yeah, they were pretty high on their. They were pretty proud of their stuff, and I bought some little vintage Barbie furniture. Did you put that somewhere, Beth?
Yeah.
And it was like $5. It was like a refrigerator and a little stove or something. But she was going to come down to 20, and I didn't want it. And then as I was paying her for the Barbie stuff, I said, "Last chance, sure you won't take $15?" And they did. They took $15 for it, but the soles on them, I mean, look like they've never been worn before. They're not.
She said he wore them one time.
Yeah, so
they weren't wide enough.
And then, so there's a Carhartt Wellington steel toe boots. And at that same yard sale, I picked up this little bit. It's kind of touch and go on that, but it's a vintage Barbie refrigerator and stove. And I just saw the stove this is in better shape than the one I saw listed. It went for pretty good money. I got it off for $5, and it had a little microwave too that went with it. If it had all the little food accessory things in it, this would have been worth a whole lot more. So I feel good about that purchase, and that was that one yard sale. And then the yard sale that we stopped at on the way up to Oz, that was a great yard sale, and I picked up 2 more pairs of work boots, and these are Timberland Pro alloy toes. So instead of it being a steel toe boot, it's not metal, it's an alloy, like carbon fiber, because the guy said that he worked in like a deep freezer for a frozen food company, so his toes didn't get as cold as quick. So, but again, still good shape. I can't remember why he quit wearing them. I can't remember what it was he said. They didn't fit right. But got these. They were wanting 15, and I talked them down.
No, they wanted 25. And you talked them down to 15.
No, that was the other boots.
Oh.
Yeah, this one they wanted 15, and I talked them down to 10 on those because I did a bundle, and I bought these. They already have these for $10, but it's the same thing. He had a pair of these. These are Skechers. Skechers steel toe too.
You didn't tell him about the air freshener.
No, not yet. Skechers memory foam composite safety toe, yeah, comp toe. So still good shape for this. So I got those for $10. I think they were like size 13 or something. Still had the box. Only worn a few times, and so got that.
Now I'm drinking that honey one.
No, is it? And do you want to show your stuff that you got at that yard sale?
Yeah. Did you want to tell them about the air freshener?
Oh yeah, Beth doesn't use regular deodorant. She uses public bathroom air spray deodorizers. That's her money saving tip for everybody.
True. I had forgotten to put deodorant on because it was in my suitcase. It's not like right there like it usually is.
Mm. And
we get on the way, and I'm like, oh my God, I forgot deodorant. And he's like, do you want me to stop and get? I'm like, no, because I don't want to be late. So we went at Dollar General to get me some sunglasses, and there was air freshener in the bathroom.
Dollar Tree.
So I just squirted it under my arms, and he thought that was the weirdest thing.
Because
I could have gone out into the showroom and bought a thing of deodorant for $1.25, but I'm like, I'm only going to use it one time. I know I am, Dad. If you're watching, I'm your daughter. Hey, Maria's here. Good to see you. How did you know this was on?
Hey, Marie.
Carbonite toe box, she said.
Oh, thank you. Carbonite toe box. Mm-hmm. That's the Skechers. Okay.
Oh, Rita's listening, getting her grandson ready for 6th grade camp tomorrow. Well, I hope he has a wonderful time.
Definitely.
Okay. This is a marled speckled Dreams Company. Guys, I cannot stress this enough if you're my subscribers. This brand sells so fast. This is a dress, a marled speckled purple dress, quarter button, long sleeves. But actually, it's probably a nightgown. Yeah, it's a nightgown. Why am I saying it's a dress? It's a nightgown. This is so hot. I cannot keep it in my store. They sell it in Catherine's, Women Within, and what's that other one? Roman's catalog. And I just can't keep them in my store. So.
What's that brand name again?
Dreams Company.
Dreams Company.
Dreams Company. So I talked the guy into $1 a piece for these. So this is Claus. Is coming to town. This is a kitten, but it was kind of, you found this one, right? If it doesn't sell, I can blame it on you.
Yeah, I think, was that at the Saturday sale? Yeah,
that was all the Star Wars. So this one says, I like my cookies on the dark side. I may keep this. No, it's not oven mitt, is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. How can you do that? No, it is not. It's a hot pad.
We could use it for either one.
You can't bend your hand.
Yes, you're bending your hand now.
Okay, forget it. Anyway, I may keep that one because I'm a Star Wars fan, right? He had a whole bunch of Star Wars shirts. They felt like they were never worn. He admitted he was a collector. He had all kinds of, like the map of Tatooine, this huge thing, and he had all kinds of things for the walls. And I have no place for stuff like that. CJ Banks, 1X. This is just an adorable sage green sweater with these little buttons right here. This will sell. No,
that was from the bins, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was from the bins. I got mine all mixed up. Okay, here we go with Star Wars. This one doesn't have a saying on it. So you got your little stormtrooper. These are all extra larges. If you want any of these shirts, I will cut a really good deal for you. Hit me up. And, I'm not going to sell them in bulk to you as a reseller, but I will sell them for you to wear. Okay, this one is Dark Side. It's meant to make, what is it saying? Meant to look like it's a comic book.
Rad Relics, you're getting ready to get banned. I'm not putting the nightgown on.
Hi, Rad Relics. I'm not, I don't know you, so.
Oh, I didn't warn you about him.
Oh, okay.
Hey, John. John's a good time. You need to go check out his YouTube channel, Rad Relics. He gives some good tips for
secret
reselling.
Us.
That's right.
No secrets between us. No, we pretty much told everything.
Yeah.
Or I did. Like, he tells me I talk too much. One night I really thought he was mad at me because what he was doing was when he'd bring me here and then he'd come inside and we'd go sit down on the porch, or putter around on the computer. Well, one night, and I know I was talking a lot, he goes, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And he just drops me off. And I was like, what the heck? What did I was like,
well, no, we were both exhausted. I wanted you to get some rest because we had to get up early the next day.
And so I have OCD, and so I'm thinking, what did I do? And they're not actual steel toed. I think he knows that.
Right, yeah. The two with the composite are not steel toed because the guy worked in.
Can we get a ho ho ho?
You say? Ho.
That's an oven mitt? Okay, thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
I've never seen an oven mitt like that. Okay. Everybody say hi to my daughter, Krista, please.
And Beth has showed me pictures of her daughters, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. She raised beautiful daughters.
Oh, no. Look who's here.
Oh, there's Lane Shark Picker.
I made you an admin, Craig. I thought about it. Had to think twice, but I made you an admin tonight on your new channel. So, yeah. Yeah. So I really, really, really thought I had pissed him off because he just goes, see you tomorrow. And I'm like, well, okay then. Mm-hmm. And it just was, but no, I wouldn't say anything. And then the next morning I get in the car and he's like so happy. And I'm like, are you mad at me? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay. I don't know. I don't know what that was
No, we were
about.
both so exhausted and was going to have to get up early the next day.
Dun, 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 dun. It's got the theme song. Dun, 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 dun,
Complicated words.
And the other thing we enjoyed was in the car singing into our vapes. Different songs he had on the radio. We played Queen, name some others.
The soundtrack to Guardian of the Galaxy.
Yeah. I mean, just singing constantly.
Yeah,
like
good music. Good music.
You know, it was fun. Then when the woman's part would come, he'd go, and then I'd have to sing the woman's part.
She's a good singer. She's a good singer.
Okay, so this one's really cool. I wish I could get the colors right.
And all these shirts are like in great condition.
I mean, they are. They just really are. I want to know what you people think about The Mandalorian, because I like the first season. The second season I didn't like till the last episode, and then the third season I couldn't even watch it all. To me, it was just boring, and I couldn't keep track of the stories and the characters. And I also tried to watch Andor. I think I made it through 3 episodes, found it extremely confusing. And then, but Obi-Wan, I love that one. All right, this one's a Looney Tunes. It's just adorable. These I expect. Now this one, no, they're all extra large. They all belong to that man. I give it to you. Okay, here's a sweater. Is this my son? This isn't the one. I find your lack of cheer disturbing. I feel quite sure that I have already sold this in the past, the sweater. So, but it's really cute. And then this last one, I think I'm going to wear. And then through the season, and then I'll sell it. No, this isn't my size either. Well, I think it's because it's a man's. I think I can fit in it. Merry Sithmas. I'll probably wear it through the season and then sell it. Oh, and here's one more thing, Barry. And I don't normally sell these. The little snow cap with a stormtrooper, right?
A snow cap.
Yeah.
Toboggan.
So I don't normally sell caps. And Barry, if y'all were on my last live stream, I talked about possibly going into some new niches, and that's something that Barry and I talked a little about too. So hope y'all join me for next Saturday night.
So at that same yard sale, and this is the last part of my haul.
You love that shirt. Is that Rad Relics? Can you tell me which shirt that was?
Oh yeah, he's a big Star Wars fan.
That's how Barry leaves our working hangout. He just goes by.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
He will be very talkative. Then he gets quiet, and then he bounces out. He does that to all on telling our video chat group. Right. I was warned about your video chat group. He told me. The secret club of y'all's.
Yeah.
It's all fun and games till Barry gets tired.
That's right.
Yeah, he told me. The purple Darth Vader. Oh, really? Yeah, that I liked it. I like anything purple. Okay, hurry up.
So a couple ball caps I picked up for $1. This says PBR, but I don't know if it's Pat's Blue Ribbon or if it's something else. I'm not sure.
Hold it still. There's a bull on it.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is Pat's Blue Ribbon.
With a cowboy riding it.
Okay. All right. And these can sell pretty good. These Amp Energy racing caps. Some of those can do pretty good. Dale Jr. I've sold several of those. This one, it's Pisgah National Forest. That's a local, but that might be, that's kind of neat.
Glenn, wouldn't you be warning Barry against that Pabst Blue Ribbon cap based on what's happening to Josh Galt right now and My Boring Reseller Life with their beer caps? They're getting counterfeit claims on them.
Really?
Not because they're counterfeit, but because of the new AI that they purchased, and it's going through and it's flagging. Budweiser's one. I know it's flagging on the cap.
So maybe it's professional bull riders is the PBR.
Oh,
So
is
thank
that-
you, Eric.
Is that such a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to make these. You're getting really close to the screen.
Okay, sorry.
Once he left our chat and told me that I wasn't getting my train again this year.
That's right.
And if I complained to Mrs. Claus, the whole neighborhood of kids in my town would suffer, and he would let them know my fault. Just ask the secret group. We all have the answers.
That's right.
I'm really upset that I'm not in the secret group, but I guess it's because I'm a woman, right?
They're pretty rough.
How anti.
They're pretty rough. So these are Pioneer Woman placemats. So 4 of those. I haven't looked them up yet.
New.
Yeah, they're new with tags. I haven't looked them up yet. They were asking $12 for the pair, and
there's 4 of them, not a pair.
Or yeah, for the all 4, and I didn't realize they were that high because I didn't see this price tag was hidden when I picked it up, and I was going to ask them the price, and I was just like, nah, I don't think so. And they came back, and I think they said, how about $5? So I was like, okay, because I would pay $1. $1.25 per those. So some of that Pioneer Woman sells for really good stuff. And
do you know that I knew her before she was Pioneer Woman?
Really? Mm-hmm. How did you know her?
In a homeschool group.
Really?
Online. Yeah.
Wow.
I made her original what do you call it, Marlboro Man sandwich before it was in a cookbook.
How about you? And you didn't get credit for it, huh?
Well, I didn't make the recipe; she did, but
No.
I got it from her.
A Swiss Army backpacks, got it for $3. So I thought it was a camelback, but with the water thing, but I didn't. There's not one in it. And then I got. Got 2 more things here. I bought this camo. I haven't had a chance to cop out yet, but it was what brand was this?
Watch the glass.
Okay. Yes, dear.
It's gonna fall on the floor.
What brand is this?
Huh?
I didn't have a brand name, but anyway, it was a digital camouflage backpack on that. And I thought there was.
Makes it digital.
It looks like a digital pattern, not like the old school camo. So, but that was only that was $5. But I think I talked him down to like $3. But I always like to pick up cool backpacks, so they sell pretty good. So this may be a military issue. I'm not sure. I haven't looked on the inside yet. And then last thing was,
what about the Rudolph thing over there?
Oh yeah. I picked up some little Christmas stocking stuffers, and it was like a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer family bingo. It's still new in the pack for $2 for that. And then this was for $2. This would probably be about $25 or $30, but it's a belt for a mowing deck, and I have a 46-inch mowing deck for my lawnmower. So for $2 for a brand new mower blade belt, I couldn't pass that up for sure. And because those suckers are expensive. And then I picked up Nutcracker because I'm into Christmas, so it's a fireman Nutcracker. So picked him up. So I thought that might be something good to list for $1. So I can't beat that, and it was in great condition. So, and that's everything I got. You got anything else?
No, I already showed it.
No, okay.
All right, let's go back up here one more time. Let's see. We would love to have you. Barry is the gatekeeper. The secret group doesn't wear pants. Okay, that's good to know. We can be in the group. You're welcome. We have lost a few members, so we are always looking for replacements. Yeah, right. There are no other women in there.
Yeah, you got. Yeah,
I mean, Barry doesn't wear. Oh, really? Barry doesn't wear pants.
Yeah, that's why I don't turn my camera on.
Mm-hmm. It's the Brotherhood of the No Pants. Do I think the what?
Do I think the something?
I don't know. Club. Don't tell them the monthly dues.
Shh. Secret.
I didn't know that. I don't know what she meant by that. I'm behind. Sorry, guys. Len Shark's knobby knees are a little much, though. I didn't know you had knobby knees, Craig. Calls them knees. Now this is an interesting group, Barry. You don't have a 46-inch deck, liar.
Oh yeah, a full 46 inches. That's what she said. You might have to bleep that
I didn't
out.
catch the word deck.
Yeah, mowing deck now, nutcracker. Yeah. Hey.
Pioneer woman. Oh, you didn't know that about? Oh, yeah, you did. I thought I told you that. Yeah, I used to talk to Rhea all the time. So, all right. Anything else?
Rad Relics. He has a YouTube channel. He gives some really good advice and information for if you're a reseller interested in reselling. Craig, Landshark Picker. Can he post a link to his new? He has a new YouTube channel.
He has the same YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
And it is changed names to Mace's Technology. Okay. And the one he's on right now is his old channel that was Landshark Picker Live.
Oh.
So if you're watching later, if you click on his name where he is now, that will take you to his quote newer channel. I know he'd appreciate you subscribing to that. Craig is Mr. Wizard. Yeah, we were talking about him on the way to Oz the other day.
Yeah.
It was all good things, Craig. I promise. Well, I'm really bummed that nobody made a sale today, but I hope that your sales are good. I hope that y'all are having a time, kind of think of me tomorrow because I don't like to fly and I have to change planes in Chicago. And I'm a little bit nervous about it. But anyway. Anything else you want to say, Barry? Words of wisdom or anything before we get off of here? I think he's glad to get rid of me now.
Yeah.
Oh, we're confused on what Craig is doing. Even he is. Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We did. Beth was in a safe environment, except I did show her the street in the neighborhood. We didn't tell them about that where the meth heads live.
Yeah, when he was driving me to the Airbnb, he told me it was in a good neighborhood, and then we get to this street called Candlestick. Something. He goes, "Oh no!" And I said, "What?" And he goes, "That's the street that all the meth heads live on." He goes, "See there's meth turds." Was it what you said?
It was big piles of mulch. I mean, there's no houses or nothing. It's just a little wooded street, and there's like these piles of mulch that were put there. And I said, "See, that's where the meth heads go to poop. Look how many there are." And
I was just like going.
She's like, "Really?"
And I was like, she's like, "I'm just dancing." I'm pretty gullible, aren't I? Mm. Yeah, I am pretty gullible. So anyway, okay. Well, we sold 118 whole dollars during the show. Is he saying during the show?
During the show or all day?
If you sold something during the show, I'll play something for you.
Bye, Adam.
Bye, Adam.
See you, buddy.
Because I always play something for people that come to my show and they say, and usually Glenn makes the sale. Glenn hasn't, no. No, just all day. Doesn't count.
Yeah, that's real low for Rad Relics.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So he was answering my question. How are sales? Okay, my sales are. We'll talk about that Sunday. Yeah. We already know a little bit about. All right, well, guys, y'all have a wonderful night. I'm going to go visit a little bit more with this gentleman, I guess, and have one more night. And we got to start packing all this stuff because I got to take. He has to take it to his house because he's got to ship all this to me, including my souvenirs that are breakable because I don't trust when I see those suitcases come down that chute at the airport and bam, right into the wall. Some of my souvenirs will not make that. So I'm going to make it on him. He's going to have to pack it. And I'm going to open up a return case if they arrive damaged. Because,
no habla inglés.
Yeah.
So, well, Beth, thank you for coming to visit me in NC, North Carolina.
You're welcome.
I hope you've had
a
good stay.
And I hope this has taught you that YouTube is not hard.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
And, I'll do a show with you anytime. You know that, right?
Okay. Sounds
I mean, we may be in for a little bit of a, I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Anyway. All right. Good night, everyone. Love you.
All right. May God keep you in his pocket.
May God keep you in his pocket. Bye.